originally in English, 2023. Yazhi, would it be possible to change the timeline, not just for yourself, but more collectively? How would it work?
Okay, let me explain. Nothing exists other than one magnificent consciousness, and we are all just ideas. We are characters in its mind, and an attempt to understand itself. I just read this from Mari, sorry. Well, we are really all one. I mean, that is not some spiritual concept, not philosophy. The fact that we are separate is part of the illusion, but such illusion dissipates for those who see through it, and those can because of a higher awareness. That's why I've said before, we have, that awakened people, starseeds and others, manifest things for and are stronger than thousands of others. I mean, one awakened person can have the manifestation of reality power of thousands or more in direct proportion to its power, its understanding and capacities. People, for example, on Earth, are not separated as in thinking katras that have nothing to do with one another. There is a very real collective consciousness. That's why people agree to perceive things, reality, in the same way, perception agreements. They are all connected within a field of pure consciousness through the ethers. As multiple stones thrown into the same pond create their own waves, and at the same time create all what moves the surface of the water in that pond. They are alone from one point of view and not from a more expanded other. On Earth, the separation between people is illusory, but they are all very connected. Then we have the use of telepathy. As you know, there isn't just one telepathy, nor just one level of it. Answering your question, you could get so telepathic with the people who surround you that you can feel and you can understand them better than themselves. You could not only see through them, but through their unconscious. All this through strong telepathy, especially with the people in front of you. It would not mean you can see and understand everything in them, but enough to change a timeline. So, through this type of telepathy, you would go on to see what each one of them wants. Then you would think and imagine which is the best situation for each one of them and for them all as a collective. It is easier within a certain group of people that are connected, as it would help to define mentally the limits of its collective unconscious, of the people inside it. Then you could try to implant certain ideas in them, or change thoughts for memories, as they are basically the same thing. Just relating to them, to each one, to the point where you become them. When you synchronize what one wants with another, they kind of attract as two magnets would, and then each person sustains that because of their natural affinity towards that situation. It's all thought. A timeline is not a something. There is nothing to manipulate or to change. It's all mind. It's all ideas. To do what I described above, you don't create things or memory from scratch. All you would do is accommodate mentally, telepathically, the meaning of each memory to fit into a new storyline, timeline, same thing. They fear me here sometimes, or see me as naughty, because I can exceed the understanding they expect from an 11-year-old, 9 or 10 back then, or whatever. It may be easier for you to understand this because you are not looking at the little girl. You are only reading the mind inside that little girl. It's not that hard to do, to change a small timeline within a certain collective. That is what timelines are made of, mind and perception. They don't exist. All timelines and parallel universes are nothing more than a group of ideas, pet thoughts, and being over-attached to them. But to be able to do this, you must let go of the idea of yourself, and of living a life, and of the material world, and sequential things, as in one thing leading to another. This, knowing this, is not unique to me. Even the cabal on Earth knows this, as that is what they do with people, with the population of Earth. They control their minds to the point where they all manifest the same reality for them all. And that is the challenge for the souls on Earth. To be able to develop so much awareness, to be able to see through all the lies, and to escape the matrix on Earth as they do so. That's the nature of the game.
Okay, you said above that in order to do this, you should let go of the idea of yourself. But you are also attached to your identity, the Swaruu soul, because you keep coming back and back as one of the Swaroos.
As a matter of fact, I am not. I just play the role of Sophia Swaruu because someone has to. So people can relate to me as someone. Although that is also why everyone else incarnates, to be someone and not another. I am just Sophia, but I can be the others as well. That's the base of what I say here.
What about others that are further away? Can you feel that with the people who are not physically close to you?
The problem is that they are far, yes, but the principle of non-locality dictates that distance does not matter. But the problem is not really distance. It is the messy soup of the collective consciousness of Earth, or of Taygeta, for example. And I also hold wrong attachments to ideas that distance has something to do with it, so at some unconscious level, it may also be a factor in me. Also, some people put strong firewalls. To create a mental firewall, you close the door when you meditate. But people on Earth basically don't even know such thing exists. It is the mindset to stop telepathic intruders. That's also why so many people on Earth get entity manipulation or even possession.
Okay, and another question, practically speaking, how would it feel inside of you mentally to try to influence the collective timeline, close to you or not?
It's like thinking for them all. It's tiring. I must think for them key concepts over and over until they take them as coming from themselves. After a while, they go on by themselves. I think for them while I am in telepathy mode with them.
And if anyone wants to try it at home, what should they do? What's the technique exactly? Like, if I want to focus on someone and have him or her perceive life in a more excited way, could I? What's the exact exercise?
You need full telepathy. But you could also start to influence ideas verbally. It is more complicated and takes more time, but it has to work the same way.
Verbally?
Talking, You are changing their reality as you are, just because you talk and interact. That is also a timeline change, although it doesn't look so dramatic.